my baby finally come out of hiding. About time. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Savage Hound Dusk. I understand I've been gone for a little while. Had a family funeral to attend, so I ended up doing that. I understand that's not always what everybody wants to hear. Something took me away from my fun times here, but my great-grandmother passed away and I decided to take the time to take care of that. When we last left off, we had just finished the Shadow Broker DLC. My next intent is to complete Project Overlord. I want to go ahead and clear that DLC, and then I'm going to do Project Firewalker, and we're going to get the Firewalker DLC out of the way, and probably some sub-assignments in the process as we do it, because Firewalker is one of the weakest DLCs, and I kind of want to do that last. I do want to show off one thing about the Shadow Broker base before we get started. Hey there, Lizzie. Welcome back. Export your save games to Mass Effect 3 things happen. That is actually completely true. If you leave and then come back to the Shadow Broker base, sometimes you get new shipments, sometimes you don't. You can double check on investment opportunities here, I think. Okay, so the report here. Success. Admiral Hackett and 5th Fleet ambushed the colony raiding pirates. We got 2,000 credits from that. Bureaucracy in action. Failure. Certa Foundation antibiotic tests blocked by Citadel legislation. Oh, that sucks. Embedded correspondence. Smear campaign. Success. Politician retires from public service after the smear campaign. 5,000 credits. Just reward. The police quietly slip you a cut from their raid on the red sand factory. Another 3,000 credits. So as you can see, you can spend some small amounts of credits to usually get some other credits. Yes, I did hit record. Thank you. Citadel news agencies are trying to piece together or place more reporters in the Terminus systems. Use resources to set up these journalists with safe houses and reliable contacts so they can bring back news from the galaxy's frontier. Absolutely, I want to do that. Blue listed. Blue Suns are becoming dangerously powerful. Run a galaxy-wide expose on their corruption and tendency to turn on their employers. It will send business to their competitors. So, yeah, now we're going to directly negatively impact the Blue Suns. Mutually assured income. Clashes between countries on the Batarian homeworld of Karshan are becoming frequent. Make sure no nation-state gains more control than the others by regulating weapon sales to all sides. So we now get to basically control who gets how many guns in localized warfare at someone else's homeworld. Binary Helix wants to develop hormone implants for Alliance soldiers that fall outside of genetic treaty laws for the Citadel. The company is prepared to be very generous if you let them know when Citadel inspectors are coming. So yeah, you can do investment opportunities like that and get some more credits. It's good to be back. I missed being able to stream a little bit. And I now know that after playing a little bit of Persona 5 Strikers, I absolutely want to stream that entire game. That game is not what I was afraid it was going to be. I'm going to take one more look. I wonder, can I actually just shoot right back into the Shadow Broker base and immediately get those rewards from the investment opportunities? Let's find out. Hello, little VI. No, I cannot. Okay, those are in progress. So time has to pass. By time passing, I mean we basically have to go out and do an assignment or a mission, and then we can get those bonuses. Or you can land on a planet and maybe talk to some people. You don't always have to do something big in order to get it to go. Anyway. So Willow. I like that. So Willow. So yeah, last time we took care of the Shadow Broker as an active threat. Now Liara is the Shadow Broker, so we have an extremely powerful information broker connection. And now we're going to do Project Overlord. You kind of have to do all of this because of something that happens when you acquire the Reaper IFF before you acquire it, largely because of a specific issue that's going to happen afterwards. And Project Overlord is one of my favorite DLCs, but it also has a couple of tragedies that are really fucked up. Those of you who are autistic, I am also autistic. You may find a bit of this to trigger you. Try not to let it. I will go over what I both do and do not like about how this game presents what's about to happen. But suffice to say, yeah, this next level is gonna be a mean one. I'm gonna take Garrus and Tally. Garrus and Tally are like the ideal like bro cop team. They really are. There's a reason I'm not taking AI hacking, by the way, and it's because that ability is only useful in missions that are not the last mission. In the last mission, you don't fight any synthetic enemies, so you have absolutely no reason to ever use that. I guess I should show off some of the other assault rifles in the game. I'll go ahead and show off the collector assault rifle in this next mission, as a matter of fact. It's not anti-autism, but it does involve an autistic individual at the end. And what they dealt with is horrifying. Like, straight up fucking horrifying. It's just absolutely wrong. Disruptor ammo. It's weird, I don't have overload. And I thought I would have overload.
I'll explain the details later, but you must retract that transmission dish. The controls aren't far.
I just don't want somebody to get triggered, because I know a lot of people can get triggered by shit nowadays. So that's why I'm kind of pointing it out. So we get here, and immediately this place is on fire. People are dead.
I've locked myself in a computer room on the far side of the base. There are Geth on the loose. A rogue VI program has seized control. I've lost my friends. I hate to see you join them. Please watch yourself.
A rogue VI has seized control of the base. Alright.
Status report. Please inform the elusive man that we've made great strides in our research. His doubts about the lack of progress are unwarranted.
I wouldn't say that either. They're portrayed fairly accurately. It's just what's done to them is horrible. And I don't mean in writing. I mean, like, what the story makes them endure is kind of bad. Oh, there's a predator. No, that's another shuriken machine pistol on the ground. Jesus. The developers really thought that the Shuriken machine pistol looked nice. And I don't. I think it looks like crap, honestly. Please make it stop? What the fuck was that? Oh, that's creepy. Oh, I'm trying my best here. I just want to be funny.
Destroy the antenna inside the dish. There's a tram on the lower level. Get to it as fast as you can.
Okay. If you listen carefully to that unintelligible screaming, as the game keeps calling it, you can actually make out the words, please make it stop.
An automated security update. Gang activity has been detected. Please remain at your workstations until the all clear is given.
So the Collector Assault Rifle is kind of a weird middle ground between the Geth Pulse Rifle and the Avenger Assault Rifle. Oh dear God, I'm being shot at. Hi. It has a very steady rate of fire, a very steady rate of recoil. You'll notice it's not necessarily the strongest weapon, but it's also not really the weakest. It's a very, very balanced weapon. There's a bullet in your head. Pyro. Yeah, I just want to be clear for people before I get started on this. That's all. I'm sorry. What? Babe, are you okay? Oh, I hacked his system. I forgot that I put on AI hacking. So I can show what it does. It does this. Apparently it does nothing. You will notice something unusual about these Geth. They're covered in what looks like a green aura. I just took a rocket to the face. Like a fucking champ. Oh shit. I don't know if I'm gonna take another one. Got him. Because Garrus is the greatest backup in history. That's how a squad mate watches your back, ladies and gentlemen. Cafe server recover funds. I'm stealing cafe money. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Collector Assault Rifle. I didn't really like this weapon that much. It's okay. It doesn't really feel like anything special. The second I get the chance to, though, I am gonna swap it out for another weapon. It doesn't really do anything except be an extremely balanced weapon, which it doesn't really need to be. It's not going to be tight enough, trust me.
Arriving at dish access. Attention, satellite broadcast window is opening soon. All upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
Must be approved by your department's supervisor. And yet it's allowing the upload.
Behind us!
Oh, I forgot there might be something down here.
Nothing's faster than Jatika Boss Paws.
Nice shields. Shame they don't work very well. Which is funny, because Geth are actually supposed to have the strongest shields of virtually any faction in the game. Stuff doesn't like balance. I like balance. The problem with this particular assault rifle is that it has no niche. Its niche is that it is an extremely balanced weapon. Assault rifles are balanced as a rule, to the point where they're able to fill the role of a wide variety of weapons. They can basically almost totally fill the role of a submachine gun. They can almost totally fill the role of a sniper rifle or a marksman's rifle. They can almost totally fill the role of a shotgun. Like, the level of extreme balance that this particular weapon takes itself to is excessive. Because it stops it from being able to stand out. The Avenger assault rifle, even as a stock assault rifle, it stands out. It's got a good rate of fire, it's got a lot of ammo reserves, so you're able to really rely on it. It's got a good accuracy spread, especially after the research upgrade. In fact, after the research upgrade, I'd argue the Avenger is a baby that can take you all the way through the game if you wanted to. It's got, it's just a good solid assault rifle. Like, this weapon, the only thing that might be bad about the Avenger is that it has high recoil. The Geth Pulse Rifle is very similar to the Avenger in that the Geth Pulse Rifle has a very fast rate of fire. It's actually higher than the Avenger's. But it has low recoil, and it doesn't actually hit that hard per shot, but it hits with such a high shot volume that it may as well. Oh shit. I need to kill him. I'm getting knocked the fuck around. Ow. Ow. Not good. Oh my god, not good. Being attacked from 5 directions. Yep. And that's why you don't ever go into the heart of that room. You're welcome for that heads up. I wish that I could say that I did that on purpose.
Get ready to fight.
He's hacked over there, and then the hacking wore off and his AI broke. Another reason why I don't use AI hacking very often, the AI likes to break when you use it. Apparently Twitch is having some issues connecting to the chat room today. I've disconnected from the chat room twice now already. You're just doing 3 things at once? Okay. Disconnecting twice inside of 20 minutes is not a very good sign.
Look out!
That's a Geth Prime over there. You want to know how I can tell? Geth Primes are the only Geth that are that goddamn big.
Leave the shields for me.
By the way, once Tally gets her Geth Shield Drain ability, she becomes a monster against Geth because That ability doesn't just leech enemy shields. That leeches their health if they're a robot. So it can be a bit broken against machines.
Satellite broadcast window is opening soon. All upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
If all data uploads have to be approved by the supervisor, why is the upload going through without the supervisor's authorization code?
You need to destroy the support struts now. They have their own capacitors. Try blowing them up.
Enemies on our right!
Can I fucking shoot now, game? Or are you gonna keep knocking my damn camera into the next millennium? Jesus. Do not stop for anything when you do this. If you do, you will get bogged down by the Geth reinforcements because they are infinite. Oh shit, that's a prime. Okay, maybe I have to stop for a second.
Their shields are mine. They're all mine.
Got hostile drone.
I don't know why I hacked that Geth prime. AI hacking does not work on primes. The only reason I'm not dead is because he didn't empty the whole fucking mag into my face. And he damn well could have. I don't know why his AI bugged out like that. I wonder if Tally didn't fuck with his AI somehow. Excuse me, drone, I need to get through.
You've done it. You've severed the link to the satellite.
Bite my heavily padded human ass! Oh, that was dangerously close. You know, I should run.
You've got to be kidding.
You did just destroy the supports to the satellite array! Why did you think it was gonna stay standing? Oh, Shepard, I love you sometimes.
here! What the hell is going on around here?
Violence.
Man's reach exceeding his grasp. Come on, I'll explain.
Gee, that was ominous.
You bought us some time.
That's
but
it. Project
probably not
Overlord is
much.
done. No, I'm kidding.
This isn't over yet.
Who did you say you were?
Dr. Gavin Archer, chief scientist at this facility, and probably the only one left.
You owe us that explanation.
This is Project Overlord, an attempt to gain influence over the Geth by interfacing a human mind with a VI. The results have been less than satisfactory.
I'd hate to see what you'd call a disaster.
You can't dismiss the entire project. We did succeed, at least partially.
No, you didn't.
My brother, David, volunteered to serve as a test subject, but his mind couldn't handle the VI connection. He's like a virus now, infecting our networks and seizing control of any technology he finds. It's why you had to destroy the dish. Imagine if his program got off-world.
How does he take control of electronics?
This is a hybrid intelligence the likes of which I've never seen. I don't know where the man ends and the machine begins.
What's the worst case scenario?
A technological apocalypse. Every machine, every weapon, every computer could be turned against us. If he hit the extranet, who knows where it would end?
You should have considered that before you started the experiment.
We couldn't be expected to account for every outcome.
Yes, actually, you
The
could.
abomination David has become. David, the VI has fortified itself in the main laboratory at Atlas Station. It's in lockdown now. To enter, you need to manually override security from our facilities in the Prometheus and Vulcan stations.
How does the lockdown work?
It's a fail-safe procedure in the event of an emergency. Normally, all 3 project leads have to agree to cancel the lockdown. I'm the only one left now. I can give my authorization, but you'll have to manually reset the other 2 yourself.
What happens if I have to kill your brother?
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
Tell me more about Project Overlord.
We wanted to turn the Geth's religious impulse into a weapon. When we saw them following Saren, we realized they could be swayed. And if a proper figurehead was created, a virus with a face, if you will, the Geth might be controlled.
Bold, but stupid.
That's an ambitious undertaking.
It would be the perfect weapon.
Leave me the fuck alone about my damn ramen!
We could avoid war with the Geth altogether. That was the plan, anyway.
I'm heading out now.
The other stations are all within driving distance. Best of luck, Commander. You still need to go.
Oh,
Doesn't matter which
jeez.
you
I don't
choose,
know why I
the other
just...
stations are
Okay.
all within driving distance. Best of luck, Commander.
Everything else he talks about isn't really consequential. And it's not interesting. This is the Hammerhead. You might recognize the Hammerhead from Project Firewalker if you've seen this game before. People don't like the Hammerhead, and I'm going to demonstrate why as we play. Never. I've loaded it up with pureed broccoli florets, green beans, and diced peas and carrots. So shut the hell up. Leave my ramen alone. It's a veggie ramen.
Prometheus stations and override the lockdown from each facility. Doesn't matter which one you hit first, but you can't enter Atlas Station until you've dealt with both. Also, keep an eye out for Cerberus security mechs. The VI has likely taken control of them. Archer out.
Analysis. Defenseless herbivores are no match for guided missiles.
I wanted the VI to say that.
Conditions indicate an aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note.
The onboard VI for this thing is hilarious. I love it. There's a series of Cerberus status packets that are scattered around here. I'm going to try to collect them all, but pretty much the only reason to collect them is for an achievement. You don't actually need them. I'm just going to do my best to show off as much as I can of this DLC. Project Overlord is a pretty good DLC.
Detection. Enemy units nearby.
I understand that the Hammerhead is not really the best vehicle in all of Mass Effect. I do. People don't like the Hammerhead for 3 reasons. Number one, you hear that alert? That's the game letting you know, hey bro, your Hammerhead has taken a lot of damage. You need to take cover and let it repair itself. If it takes damage, get out of combat, get out of direct line of sight of anything that'll shoot you for a few minutes, or for a few moments, and the vehicle will auto-repair the damage. That's the fine part. The not fine part is twofold. Number one, you see that there, when you hold down the triangle button, at least on a PlayStation controller, it executes a extraction.
Alert for more packets in the area. 5 more remain.
The extraction protocol basically makes the thing jiggle around like it's, like it's got a toddler with ADHD at the control stick, and it juggles around in random directions, and you kind of have to keep it centered enough to do what it actually needs to do. You see how quickly this thing is now on fire, and it's about to explode. I don't know if I can stop myself from dying here. The problem with the with this Hammerhead, it has a lot of agility compared to the Mako. You'll notice it jumps a lot higher, it can move in big dynamic circles. That turret technically shouldn't even really be hitting me with the way its gunfire was moving. Yeah, the game doesn't really care about that. You're still getting shot somehow. Mule keys. What am I doing with a joystick? And it just... This vehicle has several issues. Number one, it's not durable. This hover tank is very, very fragile. It's very easy to blow up. It's very easy to destroy. It doesn't have a lot of health. It's routinely pitted against a lot of heavy artillery that does. And in no circumstance when it is pitted against that artillery is it even remotely fun to use, because you have to evade like crazy as best you can. The one thing that I really give it over the Mako is that traveling with this thing is a lot less of a pain in the ass. But that's purely due to the fact that this thing is a hovercraft, and the Mako was not. Yeah, you see, two Ymir heavy mechs with machine guns rip this thing to pieces. Very fucking fragile, knocks it into every rock there is. Yeah, I did.
Down from each facility. Doesn't matter which one you hit first, but you can't enter Atlas Station until you've dealt with both. Also, keep an eye out for Cerberus security mechs. The VI is...
That's how quick it died, though. Two Ymir heavy mechs shot it with their machine guns, and it exploded in, like, 15 seconds.
Threat detection.
This thing is not a durable mech. Like, this thing is supposed to be a friggin' tank. Now, the big benefit to it is that it has armor-piercing guided missiles. So it can blow shit up really reliably. You'll also want to note that because I died, I now have to go get those other two Cerberus data packets that I'd already picked up.
Packets in the area. 5 more remain.
Also, for a hovercraft, this thing is very easily disoriented by rocks when it's moving at full speed, even though it's supposed to be able to, like, hover over shit like that.
Threat detection. Enemy units nearby.
It doesn't do a very good job. But you'll notice that I can curve these missiles. You'd think, okay, well, maybe you can just play with the geography a little bit and you can take these things down. Well, yeah, that's kind of an idea, except, the geography isn't really built to work that way in this game, in most of the areas you deal with these things. And because this tank is incredibly fucking fragile against machine guns, the kind of shit, you know, that the Mako would not only eat machine gun fire for breakfast, it would tank heavy plasma shells. This thing can't do that. And it's one of the reasons why I despise it.
VI infection is present in nearby turrets.
Oh dear God. I have no idea what just happened. I just jerked forward and I don't know why. I think I might have hit my control stick the wrong way somehow,
Another Cerberus data packet.
or my finger might have leaned down too hard on one of the on the right trigger or the left trigger. Only because you're wearing it out every other second. Weirdly enough, crashing into the environment doesn't actually damage this thing. You would think that it would, but it doesn't. You can ram into all the rocks and environmental hazards you want.
An aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note.
An aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note. And if you shoot those herbivores, analysis, defenseless herbivores are no match for armor-piercing missiles.
Analysis. Defenseless herbivores are no match for guided missiles.
That wasn't even a guided missile. I ran that one over. Like, if I'm gonna kill something, can I be honest about it, game? Yeah, This thing's got a lot more vertical capabilities than the Mako had, but... the Mako used to actually be durable is the thing. Nah, you're bad. Well, I'm also bad, but this vehicle is also fucking worse. Let's put it this way. I've never died using the Mako. But I sure as fuck died using this useless piece of crap. And I didn't even try very hard.
Commander Shepard, Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment. Our people there have gone silent. It's likely the VI has activated the defense shields to keep you out. Good luck.
Hey guys, you want to see something not cool? Because I don't.
Analysis. Generators are providing power for main shield. Warning, the VI infection has assumed control of the Geth cannon.
That's the Geth cannon, by the way.
Targeted. Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location.
If that thing hits this vehicle, it will die.
Recommend evasive maneuvers. Warning, we are being targeted.
However, that cannon is also stupid enough that it will blow up its own shield generator.
Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location.
No, I died because this thing sucks.
Recommend evasive maneuvers. Warning, we are being targeted.
That cannon really is not very bright.
Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location.
Shit.
Recommend evasive maneuvers.
Oh boy.
Warning, we are being targeted.
Oh god!
Disabled. You may now target the Geth cannon.
Okay. Game, will you hit the fucking cannon, please? Missiles? I was aiming at the cannon and I had a lock on, you just...
No further threats detected.
Okay.
Entry into the ship is now clear.
So the reason why I did that the way I did is because you have to make the cannon break the shield around the shield generator. None of the weapons on this thing are powerful enough to do that. Which is funny that I say it that way because this thing has only one weapon. Unless you count the grill. And that weapon is firing a big-ass missile at something.
We're clear for the moment.
Alright, so here's the stock Avenger assault rifle. I'm going to go ahead and show this weapon off now. Boink.
Visitors, this Cerberus facility contains hazardous AI technology.
No shit,
You
Sherlock.
agree to assume all liability for personal injuries or death that may occur during your visit. Thank you.
No, I don't recall agreeing to that, but I don't plan on dying either, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Hanging around all these dormant machines is creepy. It's like death staring at us from the shadows. I'd rather work at Vulcan Station.
That was a creepy research log. Oh, hello. Please make it stop. It's interesting that this VI would be constantly screaming that at us. What the hell was that? listened, hung out with Sugar last night. Good. Good. I hope you both enjoyed that.
Lanigan just ran a simulation. If these Geth ever wake up, there's a 98% chance we'll be dead within 2 minutes. I'm starting to hate Lanigan.
That's a very interesting thing to say. If all these Geth ever wake up, there's a 98% chance we'll all be dead in 2 minutes. It's interesting that he would say that. It's even more interesting to me that he would put it that way. Somebody closed that door as soon as I walked in here. I can see you can actually kind of see his face. He sealed that door
Halloween was
too.
yesterday.
Is he hurting us?
Lanigan ran around wearing spare Geth parts. Spooked the shit out of everyone. Now I definitely hate him.
Some guy walked around wearing spare Geth parts. Scared the shit out of his coworkers. Asshole. Good. That's good. You both like mythology, and I figured, yeah, that stuff is right up both of y'all's alley. See, I told you weren't going to screw that up. But you didn't trust me. Oh no. She's a lot more like you than I think you realize. I think you two would really hit it off, in fact.
Everything's off-wired.
Archer declared a lockdown, but the station's already infected. What does the VI want? He keeps screaming at us. Nobody understands. Okay. Ship is breaking. That's not good. It's really not good.
The VI's closing some passages and leaving others open. It's like it's hurting us. At least the Geth are still dormant.
Please make it stop. Make what stop? David, what do you want me to stop? I've beaten this game. I already know what he wants. It's just,
Cerberus personnel.
you know, I want to keep that question in your mind.
Music has been approved for station-wide broadcast.
In an effort to reduce workplace stress, music has been approved for station-wide broadcast. Well, I guess it's too bad everybody's already dead!
Analysis. The objective is located on the far side of this impasse.
So this little system right here allows you to move these floor panels. You hit this particular one and it switches which floor panel can be controlled. And then you can get to different things out here. There's a couple of different platforms you want to reach. The reason why you want this platform is so you can get access to Metagel if you need it, heavy weapon ammo if you need it, and a laptop with 600 credits. Because money! You can get over there, there's no reason to. Oh look, it's the lock that we were looking for. Weird. That's funny, all the Geth in here are inactive. I thought that David didn't want us to fuck with these. I'm a little confused. 1875 in credits.
Override of Atlas Station lockdown accepted.
Nice. Oh, hi.
And there's the catch. I knew this was too easy.
You had to know that was gonna happen from moment one, Shepard. Why did she draw a shuriken machine pistol? She doesn't use that weapon!
Hostile gas activity detected. Armed response.
I don't care that she was using a gun. I care that that's a gun she never uses in-game.
This emergency is now
Except in a cutscene.
disclosure to outside parties is
You could have had her draw a Predator heavy pistol and it would have been better. Oh great, now all the Geth are active. This is gonna be fun. So, this is the Avenger. You guys are seeing what makes the Avenger just a good solid weapon all around. It's got a good sized 40 round mag. Its ammo capacity isn't terrible. On that note, its reserve ammunition capabilities are not bad. Its damage to enemies per bullet is pretty nice. Its accuracy is very reliable. This is post-accuracy upgrade. Its accuracy is a little bit more unreliable without it, but it's mostly the same. You would just have to fire in shorter bursts, kind of like this, in order to maintain your aim. But it's a reliable marksman's tool if you need it to be. It's good at hosing down enemies with bullets because of its nice rate of fire. It's just a great, you know, solid weapon. This weapon can carry you through the entire game if you let it.
This is a Geth stasis alert. No activity detected in nodes 1 through 6.
One down.
The ship is now quarantined. Good fucking luck, lady. Alright. I guess I should show off the incisor sniper rifle and why I don't use it. Oh, wow, hi. Okay. Ceiling caved in, the wall blew down. I'm not shooting you, am I, Tally? See, this weapon will hose down Geth very nicely. It's not the most powerful assault rifle in the game, but it is a very solid weapon regardless. And it will take you through a very good portion of it if you let it. It can take you through the final mission just fine, too. All it needs really is incendiary ammo.
Warning. Geth neural activity increasing. Please isolate machines immediately.
Hello. Callie, honey, I understand your need to get close because you got a shotgun, But could you please not jump in front of my fire when you do that? Surprise, motherfucker! You might remember that we walked by a Geth Prime on our way in here.
Warning. Geth nodes 20 through 35 are now active. Emergency action required.
Oh, if I could, I'd drop this ship from orbit.
Incoming.
You got it.
Me.
Shit. That fucking hurt.
Combat drone ready.
My pleasure.
Enemy combat.
Alright, alright.
Fire in the hole.
Wow, they damn near killed that Geth Prime by themselves. All I did was help break the shields. Right in the face. Hi! I can club too! You wanna know the difference? I'm good at range, dumbass. Alright. We're done with this area. We can get the hell out of here and head to our next main objective. Got all the credits in that area. I missed a few in the first area, but it's really not that big a deal. I love the music in this game. It's so good. This game and its music are just fantastic. And it's funny because it's such a simple track that they use in the DLCs, but it's a good track. Like, it works for me. I don't know why. It could be just because it's a simple track that really plays to the strengths of...
Aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note.
It's a simple track that really knows how to play to the strengths of gun-toting combat, and it just keeps you going. Tries to jump over the obstacle. Back of vehicle goes. Front of vehicle gets stuck against open air and not actual obstacle.
Initiating emergency reset.
Emergency reset. Why? What? This thing is drunk. Who knows? Maybe I'm drunk with how I'm piloting this thing. There's another data packet.
Cerberus data packet has been recovered. 2 more remain.
That data packet is right at the entrance to the next area after Vulcan Station. Because we need to live long and prosper. That's a reference nobody's gonna fucking get these days. Yeah, you know that reference, dear, but how many people that are young nowadays actually know that reference? Yeah, exactly. This is the dangerous sign that I'm beginning to get old. Live Long and Prosper is a reference to a very famous science fiction series. Can you tell me what that series is offhand, Liz? Probably not, and I'm not judging you if you can. But I want to know. No, but I do recognize it. It's from the old legendary science fiction series Star Trek, which a lot of people like to argue was a rival to Star Wars, even though those two series were nothing alike. No, they're not. Those two series are nothing alike. They're both science fiction franchises in space, but that's where the similarities end. Everything else about them is so different, it's not even funny. I just remember some people were trying to argue Star Trek is so much better than Star Wars, and I'm like, what do you mean better? It's so different. Like, Star Trek and Star Wars are so different. You can't call them the same. You could, but you'd be an idiot. And you'd be an idiot because it makes no sense. Star Wars is more related to Harry Potter than anything else? No. Sci-fi wizards in space with laser swords? See, no, I very vehemently disagree with that because Voldemort was not the establishment. Luke joined the rebellion because the Empire, which was the establishment, needed to be destroyed. You can argue that Sidious and Voldemort have a lot of perils, or not perils, parallels, excuse me, in that they're both megalomaniacal assholes, but I feel like a lot of the similarities kind of go away there, too. I will send you a video to prove it. I'm not accepting your logic until you watch the video. Okay, this is going to be another one of those things that I have to debunk. God damn it. Yes, like Luke and oh god. Luke and Harry Potter are kind of the same in that they were raised by their extended relatives instead of their own parents because their parents were quote-unquote dead at the time. But you want to know the big difference between Luke and Harry? Luke's dad wasn't fucking Darth Vader! Or, not Luke, Harry's dad. Harry's dad wasn't the Darth Vader of that series. Harry's dad was actually dead. Luke's was the bad guy, which made it a lot more personal, I'd argue. And yes, I am a fan of both franchises. I do have a rough idea of what I'm talking about.
Stations provide adequate velocity to enhance vehicle lift.
We can debate after the stream. Yeah, you know what? I probably shouldn't get into a debate like that on stream. Oh, jeez. That was a Cerberus heavy barrel. That is still a Cerberus heavy barrel. I'm still taking way too much damage. There we go. You can't tell me it's not personal. Well, when it's legit the guy that killed your parents. It's definitely personal to Harry, but I would argue Luke's is more personal because Luke's father is one of the ultimate villains. Harry's parents are dead, and they're both deeply personal. I can absolutely agree. I'd rather it be a dick than kill. See, that's what I'm talking about, though. I'd rather it be the dick that killed my parents instead of my own father. But that's the thing. Luke had a deeper crisis, you could argue, when dealing with Vader versus Voldemort, because Vader was his father. And when he dealt with Palpatine, he wasn't just killing the Sith Lord who had corrupted the galaxy. He was killing the Sith Lord that led to his mother's death and destroyed the man his father once was. In the case of Harry, he's just killing the bastard that took out his parents. Like, I'm not saying it's not personal, but I would argue Luke has a much deeper and more nuanced conflict in that instance. Because for Harry, it is so much simpler.
Warning. Automated controls are offline. Cooling systems have been compromised.
Yes, he's defending himself. And he's also defending the established order of wizards that are trying to defend the right for anybody with magical talent to be one. Which you could argue is a parallel that Voldemort has with Sidious, because Sidious was extremely racist against non-humans. And that's actually fact. So this is the Geth Pulse Rifle. The Geth Pulse Rifle is pretty much a Avenger Assault Rifle with a slightly faster fire rate and is also a little bit weaker and worse against armor, but shreds shields and barriers.
Control is required.
Like, I'm not trying to shortchange Harry because I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter was one of my favorite series growing up. He doesn't care about all the people who stand with Harry. He just does what he wants to get to Harry. That's not strictly true. No, Voldemort wants to create a world where only those who are set up, like who come from magical families, what he calls purebloods, are the ones who are allowed to have magic, even though he himself is not a pureblood. Voldemort is a megalomaniac who wants to create a world of magically advanced humans, and he wants to turn non-magic humans, muggles, into slaves for a wizarding empire that he wants to head and create. Yeah, Hermione would basically be knocked off, but so would most of the others. One of the big problems that the books actually tell you, because I have read the books to Harry Potter, with Voldemort's plan, is that not a lot of families actually come from pure magical blood. And yes, I have seen the Narnia films, and I have read all the Narnia books too, except for The Magician's Nephew. The Magician's Nephew is the only book I still need to read in that series. But the thing about Voldemort is you could very easily equate him to a former German World War II villain by the name of Adolf something, I will say, for the sake of avoiding having issues with YouTube's algorithm. Because Voldemort is extremely racist towards muggles, who are non-magic humans, and he is extremely, cruel to wizards who do not come from magical families. And he wants to enslave all non-magic folk and build an empire where purebloods can live in excess and in superiority, as he sees it, over everything else. But there's not a lot of purebloods in the world of Harry Potter is the issue. But Voldemort is so psychologically scarred and insane that from all of the trauma that he's dealt with, And the fact that he has split his soul so many times with his Horcrux magic that he doesn't care. And he doesn't realize just how bad his plan would be for everybody. And I just got blown away by those damn machine gun turrets. Because at point blank range with no cover, my tank has nothing to do but die. He also hasn't got a nose, so that must be heartbreaking. Being a non-magic person is an L, though. Yeah, it kind of is, because you're essentially a person with no magical talent, but that doesn't somehow make you lesser to a mage. And in Voldemort's eyes, it absolutely did. It was more than enough of an excuse for him to do what he wanted to do, and for him to treat you as lesser than him. And that's why a lot of people kind of compare him to the leader of the German Wehrmacht in World War II, who...
Warning. Avoiding contact with Molt initiating emergency reset.
God damn it. Oh. Yeah, this thing for some reason can't hover over lava very well. The reason why is never given. I guess its hovering system doesn't work very well on liquids. Or even semi-solids. I'm being a normie human and nah, I want to be a fairy. This is why I hate gathering resources with this damn thing. But, yeah, like, Voldemort is a very fucked up but also a very complex villain. In a lot of ways, I feel bad for Voldemort because he's very clearly a very damaged person. So if you want to avoid dying to those turrets, what you do is you do as much damage as you can before the alarm goes off. Then you hop back down, you come back up. The turrets do not repair themselves. And you start shooting them. Now, the problem with all the jumping around like this that I'm doing, it's helping me take less damage, but it's not stopping me from taking damage. And because this hover tank has almost no durability, it's very easy to die. On Insanity, I think it's actually slightly harder because the turrets do even more damage. There's an invisible wall. I guess I should have expected that. Being a normie. I'm going to be a fairy. There we go. The platforming with the hammerhead is also not idealized. It's a little jank. It's not super jank, but it's a little jank. But you'll notice that fighting with that, like with that tank, is extremely one-dimensional. Well, that's a problem. Good thing I shot this over here and blew a lot of that debris off of the side. That totally won't come in handy in a firefight later, will it? Oh, I love this game.
Fire in the hole!
Yeah, the big problem with the Geth Pulse Rifle is that it doesn't ever really stay accurate enough to... God damn it, Tally. Honey, there's this thing called taking cover you need to target. I say as I almost get killed myself by staying out of cover too long. But, that was the last enemy. A little academic. Turrets are also not one of the more durable enemies to fight in the game. The other thing you'll notice about this weapon is it has 2 more magazines to spare than the Avenger. Okay, there's nothing over there but a thermal clip. I'm gonna stream long enough to clear Project Overlord, and if I don't go over my 2-hour limit today for that, then I'm just gonna do small, short submissions until I hit the limit. But no, I'm not gonna be doing I'm gonna be doing an average stream today. That guy's head off. Hello, Emir Heavyweight. Tally is on her ass again. No, I'm not going to waste the resources reviving Tally when she's going to go down that fast. So, this is the Incisor Sniper Rifle. I said I was never going to use this thing. I lied only in the sense that I want to show you why I don't like using this gun.
It's about to go off!
I just lost half my ammo. And it barely killed an Emir Heavy Mech. Now, you guys remember how efficient the Viper sniper rifle is. That's why I don't use this gun. This sniper rifle is awful. No, I'm not going to her mother's after dinner, or for dinner today. Her mother was kind enough to take us in for shelter from the snowstorm when we got off of the plane. And she also gave us some meatloaf that she cooked that night, hoping that we would be home in time to eat it and then just go straight to bed, and that's not what happened. Yeah. We're gonna go out to eat next Monday to celebrate my girlfriend's birthday proper. Also, this is funny. Watch this. They shot his arms off. Meatloaf is a classic American dish. You would love it.
Are you receiving this? Commander Shepard, this is Dr. Archer. Please respond.
I hear you, Doctor. We've hit the override at Vulcan Station and are moving on. Shepard out.
I just wanted to shoot that robot. If you don't shoot him, he kind of just runs off aimlessly. You will have have to bring some over when you come and visit. If I'm ever able to visit the UK, I will see what I can make happen. I will give you the fixings for it, and I'll bring my girlfriend with me down to the UK, and she will cook it for you.
Commander, you've done it. The lockdown has been cancelled. You can now breach Atlas Station and end this nightmare.
Yeah, we're down to the last 45 minutes of the stream, though, so... This is another reason why I waited so long to do Project Overlord. Project Overlord has a lot going on in it. And, like, this and the Shadow Broker DLC, you will notice they both added about 2 hours of game time on them the way I play. And I died once, and it didn't really set me back that much. And I died a second time, and it again did not set me back much. Partially due to just bad play, but also partially because this vehicle is ass. I will never stop complaining about the Hammerhead. I don't hate it nearly as much as a lot of people do, but I actually think this vehicle is a little overhated, but I don't like it either, and it's not a very good vehicle. I won't be coming over to the States because fuck that. Why not? What the fuck is wrong with the U.S.? You know what? I'm not sure I want you to answer that question. There's a lot wrong with the U.S. Nothing. Okay, nothing but fuck coming over here. I see how it is. I smell bullshit. Customs, and I'm disabled with my scooter. So what? Bring it with you. Bring it with you. Like, they literally have people that will help you with wheelchairs and stuff like that. On airplanes. I'm not even joking. They won't take it from you. And if they do, they'll only take it from you long enough to inspect it, and then give it back to you after an unnecessarily long inspection. It doesn't have a lot of battery charge. You can't go and do stuff. Yes, we can. We just need a wheelchair. Airplanes might damage it. Not likely. That's really not likely. Unless the airplane pilot you're dealing with is an idiot. I'm not making someone push me. No, you're not making me. I'm volunteering.
Initiating emergency reset.
No. Sounds like we need to get you a better scooter. Or maybe get in a better battery. I won't. I deny this. I won't accept. Uh-huh. Hello, Pebbles. Hi, baby. Did you finally come out of hiding, sweetie? Yes, I came home. Daddy came back home. He's here to see you again. He's gonna be staying a while until he leaves for a week in July. I still haven't decided which week. I need to call my sister sometime and discuss that with her. One I have folds and it was $1,700. Damn, that thing cost as much as my fucking moped. I have longed for you. You hear that, Pebbles? Somebody longed for you. You know what? I'm going to bring Miranda with me on this last segment. I'm going to max out her overload. Okay. I've showed off basically every assault rifle. I showed off why the incisor is bad. Oh yeah, I re-equipped the Predator so that I could show off what the Predator looks like when it's actually got upgrades. You need a cat cam. I don't want to put a face cam out there because I don't want people to feel like they need to see my face. Like, we're here to enjoy video games. You guys don't need to see my ugly ass face. I look cross-eyed and high half the time, even though I never do drugs. £1,700, $2,097.12. Yeah, that's okay. So that's a little bit more expensive than my moped.
The VI is trying to upload its program directly from your location. Get to the server room and shut down the core before it can...
How can it upload itself?
For years, my brother's condition has been a handicap. That changed today. His autistic mind is the breakthrough I've been looking for.
His autistic mind is the breakthrough I've been looking for.
Such a tremendous grasp of mathematics. It seems serendipity is alive and well in the 22nd century.
So David Archer is autistic. Interesting. I just hit the button to open this door, and that door was the one to open. I just want to throw that out there. The only issue with your face is that you have a mop haircut. Your hair is also really long. Gee, thanks, asshat. I still need to shower after my stream, actually. I forgot to shower when I got home.
157.8. Unless he sees results, the elusive man is shooting us down next week. I have no choice. I'm going to tap David directly into the Geth neural network and see if he can influence them. The danger should be negligible. David might even enjoy it.
The danger to sticking your brother's head into a VI program should be negligible, and he may even enjoy it.
Level 2. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 6. Arriving at level 3. Arriving at level 5. Arriving at level 7.
You got it.
So, yeah, the Predator Heavy Pistol, it starts out dog shit, but now that it's got upgrades, you guys might notice that all of a sudden this handgun is actually pretty reliable. If you don't hit the decomposition thing over here on this thing, by the way, every time it's supposed to come up to level 7, it's just going to lock itself back down to level 1.
Arriving at level 6. Please contact facility support. This elevator is not in service. Please choose another.
It's okay, you're cute.
Smoke detected. Please extinguish all cigarettes.
Oh, she knows you're fake.
I'd be lying if I said that I could come to David. His autistic mind is as alien to me as an actual alien. Anything could happen when we bring him in. But I have to try, don't I?
So, that dialogue, you may not have just heard it.
Decelerator offline. Serious injury may occur.
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and restate what he just said. My brother's autistic mind is as alien to me as an actual alien. Autism is I have to get into this because the writing for this next sequence is very weak. Autism is not something that is understood particularly well nowadays, but it's understood well enough now by experts that in the distant future, he should not be this ignorant as to what autistic minds can behave like. You sent me a Christmas? Not yet, I haven't worn it yet.
Get ready. I wouldn't be surprised if this button summoned a Reaper.
I was Shepard on this one. I haven't really thought about it, I guess. I know I threw out some of my old wardrobe because a lot of the older shirts that I had kept were faded and dead and holy, so that I could make room for it. rat's ass very accurate. It really is. Oh, great. The machine is hacked into my hard suit and my cybernetics. Now I'm seeing digital code everywhere. This can bode nothing wrong. Please make it stop. David, I can't make it stop if you keep trying to kill me! You need to tell me what's wrong, man! Stop sending these Geth after me and talk to me!
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. Time on this project is running out. There are no options left. How to get the Geth's attention?
The robot says hello.
Eureka, David. You're a miracle worker.
Math is universal as a language. He's not a miracle worker. He's just not stupid. For a genius, Gavin Archer is a moron. Oh shit. Well, that was almost my ass.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of
He's supposed to be what's known as a low-functioning autistic
Can you
individual.
repeat my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Square root of 918.09
Yeah,
is
you suck,
30.3.
bro. I mean, that was kind of stupid of me to just jump in that room.
Loud. It's getting loud in here.
I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Would you mind repeating my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Log 137.3. The experiment yielded no discernible patterns of Geth obedience. End dictation now, David. Hell, the elusive man will have my head for this.
Thank you. And how are you feeling today?
Square root of 924.16 is 30.4. Earplugs would be good.
Now, to explain what a low-functioning autistic is so that everybody has an idea of why David is behaving the way he is, because a lot of people probably will have no fucking clue why he's behaving this way. And indeed, if you've never dealt with somebody who has heavy autism, you will not know. He's defaulting to math as a comfort mechanism and reciting mathematical equations in his head over and over again. Most autistics will flock to mathematics or something like it as a comfort mechanism that allows them to perform a series of habitual repetitions. Those repetitions allow their mind to stabilize and steady. It allows them to be able to think and rationalize without spiraling emotionally or spiraling through instability and difficult times or through unexpected circumstances. David is repeating those square roots and doing them over and over and over and over again in his head so he can keep himself calmed down. He is also able to use his extreme genius intellect to converse with the Geth, as we just saw. He can talk to the Geth in their own fucking language. That's not normal. That's very hard to do. Nobody can fucking do that. Now, the problem that I have with this is this takes place centuries in the future from my own timeline. They really should have brought in experts who know how to deal with people who have autism to help with this, the development of this game here, because I'll be honest with you, David being this impossible to understand to his brother makes no sense. It makes absolutely no goddamn sense. It just doesn't. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. There's no way, several centuries in the future, you wouldn't learn how to turn autistic people with extensive research into productive members of society, even low-functioning ones. Because we can do that now. I know, because I'm one of them.
David, I step forward.
How does he do it?
David is a mathematical savant. His autistic mind can interpret the Geth language at its most basic form and mimic their phonetics. With his photographic memory, cross-referencing the meaning as a snap. He's literally a human computer.
And you think he can interface with the Geth's neural network?
I do.
Is that even safe, Doctor?
I see no harm in finding out.
Now, keep in mind, so I wanted everybody to be able to take that in, because David is very clearly a very low-functioning autistic. What do I mean by low-functioning? He can't take care of himself. He needs his brother to take care of him. He needs somebody to assist him with living, because he isn't capable of doing it himself. He wasn't socialized enough to be able to do it on his own. That's not an insult. That's not a demeaning statement. That's not a statement that's meant to offend anybody. It's just a fact of low-functioning autistics. They are usually not capable of taking full and complete care of themselves. They often need a level of assistance in their living in order to do that. Now, in David's case, all right, he's been plugged into a VI that lets him interface with the Geth hive mind. I want you guys to consider for a moment, if you can, how that feels. He now has thousands of Geth programs talking to his brain directly over a neural link. When he said it's getting loud in here in a previous statement, he wasn't talking about his brother yelling at him. He was talking about all of the Geth that he could hear in his head at once. He needed the noise to go down, the volume to decrease. Because the Geth had started talking to him over a long distance because they figured out he could understand them. Now, the other problem with the writing in this sequence is how the fuck is David able to figure out how to mimic the Geth language
Warning. Elevator exceeds maximum weight capacity.
at a base level, but the scientists can't figure that out without David being there? There's no reason that those scientists could not use what he does to decipher the Geth language on some basic level and then use that as a means of controlling them by writing their language into a computer virus or into a VI that is capable of interfacing with them. Everything that's done in here, if you actually fully understand science fiction, is done for no fucking reason.
6.01 is 30.1. Square root of language 12.04 is 30.2.
We're ready. Open a connection to the Geth network.
Look at that sphere behind him. You see the shape in there?
No! Tell the Geths to stand down! Quiet, please make it stop!
Make what stop, kid?
The SR2 is within range. Attempting to establish upload link.
Pull the plug! Tell Vulcan Station to cut all power!
It's too late. We've lost control.
know, that might have something to do with why David is extremely unhappy. He's been strapped into what looks like a medieval torture device.
Stop.
Wait! Commander! I'm begging you. Don't do anything rash.
Rash? Like forcing your own brother into an experiment?
I know how this must look, but I never intended any harm to come to him. You must believe me. It's not like I planned this. It was an accident. Seeing David communicate with the Geth, it all seemed harmless.
And before you knew it, you were running your own private hell.
I had no choice. The demands were incredible. The elusive man doesn't broker failure. Any war we fight with the Geth will be bloody. I was asked to find a way to avoid that.
And how many have already died for this project?
More souls than will ever forgive me. But I won't apologize for radical ideas. If my work spares 1,000,000 mothers mourning the loss of 1,000,000 sons, my conscience will rest easy.
Look at him. Your brother will never be the same.
The damage may not be permanent. He might recover some semblance of his mind.
You can't know that! There's no way in hell you could know that!
Cerberus will never leave him alone. Your brother will always be a lab rat.
You're a well cared for lab rat. At least he'd still be alive.
Well cared for? Look at what you did to him! You strapped him into a torture device!
So you'll sacrifice your brother's happiness for your own ambition.
Square root of 906.01 equals
30.1. What I've done to David is unethical. If he dies, it's unforgivable.
It's already unforgivable, you fuck!
Care of him.
You took away his rights! You took away his consent! You took away his life! He's gonna be traumatized forever because of what you've done!
I've seen enough of your cruelty to know he'll never be free from it here. I'm taking him away.
No, leave him! He's too valuable!
You even think about coming after your brother, and this bullet will be waiting for you. Then we'll see who's valuable.
Where will you take him?
Grissom Academy. They can help special cases like David, minus the torture. Joker, contact the Academy and let them know we've got someone who needs their help.
Aye, aye, Commander.
The elusive man can fire me if he doesn't like it.
square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless.
To answer your question, Liz, no, you can't kill him. There's no way to kill Gavin Archer in that scene. When we get to Mass Effect 3, though, I'm going to explain something about how his existence goes. Rogue VI was successfully shut down, but the test subject was taken to a non-Cerberus facility for care. While this is a considerable setback for Cerberus, Dr. Archer's research will be instrumental in devising a safer approach for controlling the Geth. And I'll be fucking honest with everybody here. If there was a way to end Gavin Archer in that DLC, I would have taken it. it's very clear that he's in denial about what he's doing. To him, he's a person whose ends justify the means. And, listen to what the elusive man says here in this message. Shepard, I understand you've taken Dr. Archer's brother to Grissom Academy. I'm familiar with their work. It should be a good home for him. I don't condone Dr. Archer's actions, but they did provide a breakthrough we've been sorely lacking thus far. We'll likely never find another individual with David's unique talents. Though through your decision is understandable, it has set our efforts to understand the Geth back several years. Bullshit, first of all. Bullshit that it set you back. It actually just jumped you ahead light years, number one. Number two, bullshit, you will never find somebody with David's unique talents. Okay? Low-functioning autistics like him probably exist all over the galaxy. You would just have to know where to look in family records that are mostly public and easy to access, or in family records that are private and still easy for people like you to access. Don't fucking tell me you couldn't know. Don't tell me you couldn't find somebody to replace him, and while you tell me you don't condone his actions, you're definitely telling me that you don't approve of me taking the kid away from there. But you also won't stop me because you know how unethical and horrific that is. This is proof that the elusive man will stoop to certain things that he really shouldn't stoop to, if they will lead to a breakthrough that he really wants. Elusive man is showing, again here, ends justify the means, often before, actual intellectual thought justifies anything. And that's one of the big problems that he has here as a character. But the writing for Project Overlord, there was a journalist who came out and basically said that they really didn't like Project Overlord because Project Overlord did that and really shows a lack of understanding of handling autistic people. Number one, back when this game was made, and this game was made over 10 years ago. But number two, over 15 years ago, actually. This is a fairly old game by now. But number two, they also fail to understand that the people involved, they've clearly shown that they don't know autism well at all, and they really should have hired experts on it to help them write a story for this that would feel even remotely conceivable with their best guesses on research into autistic behavior, because this kid, like, David was behaving like a low-functioning autistic from the 20th century. This is like the 25th to the 27th century. Like, we're 500 years ahead of that century. I refuse to believe that research into helping autistic children wouldn't have advanced far enough that even a low-functioning autistic like David would have been able to behave just fine on his own. I also refuse to believe that David is so unique in that he's the only one who can grasp the mathematical phonetics of the Geth language.
Sometimes you say these things and
his recorded interactions with them would be enough for you to get all the data you'd need to be able to build an adequate map of the Geth language from his interactions with them.
Something that'll last. You'll make sure she keeps your shirt,
So,
weapons and armor.
doing this somehow,
yeah, I've got a friend. She told me what.
Hey, we're friends. I have never called you that.
No, but you're thinking about it. You think it was easier
it just doesn't work. Like, namely, the writing just doesn't work. And the fact that you can't kill Gavin for inflicting extreme torture on his brother, I mean, if you go back to that scene and you look at David's body. His eyes are basically there are metal grabbers to force his eyes to always be open, which doesn't make sense because if all you need is his brain jacked into the system to work, then you don't need his eyes open 100% of the time to achieve this. Number two, if his if his brain is jacked into the VI, why do you have two metal tubes going down his throat? You know, those things aren't just going into his cerebrum, those things are going into his chest, his body. You've locked him up there with permanent oxygen and feeding tube systems, it looks like, so that you can keep him alive while you more or less kind of torture him into doing what you want the Geth to do. His body had metal restraining devices that had metal latchers on them, like claws all over them, that locked David into place. So that he couldn't fucking move. He couldn't do anything. And that's sick. That's just fucking sick. I mean, look at what they did to him. Go back and look at that scene. Look at what they did to him. His consent, care for his thought processes on it, care for his feelings, it all went out the window. And Gavin wants to try and tell you that he had no choice because the elusive man doesn't broker failure. Like, he was a week from being shut down and he did something desperate. Okay, dude, I can understand that. But why did you put your brother in the equivocation of a medieval torture device and then try to justify it? Like, if you wanted to say that he was a well-cared-for lab rat, you could have basically actually taken care of him. Seen to his physical well-being, seen to his emotional well-being, made sure that he was more or less, you know, content, even if he wasn't always happy. So that way he wouldn't be a problem. And you didn't even do that shit. Like, I'll be RB, I'm suddenly feeling really dizzy. Okay. And it's just one of the things that I despise. And I'm going to go ahead and get the first Firewalker mission out of the way here. I'm probably going to do the Arrival DLC on either Thursday or Friday, depending on if I stream. I don't know if I will. Oh, wait, no. I'm definitely streaming tomorrow. I mean Wednesday.
Primary systems online. Welcome to the M44 Hammerhead Infantry Fighting Vehicle. This is your onboard VI.
This DLC is supposed to introduce you to the Hammerhead.
Mission objectives located. Caution, guided missile system active.
Which,
I'd like to examine this further.
the developers obviously thought that the Hammerhead was way better than it was.
Detected. Path is now clear.
He's sitting there kind of straight up admitting what I've done to David is unethical. You know, and if he dies, it's unforgivable. I don't, I don't want my brother to suffer, but I have to do this. What else can I do? And it's like, dude, you could have thought about your brother before your own ambition. You could have thought about caring for your family before doing something that could permanently traumatize him. You could have thought about, what you actually needed to do. Like, if you needed to restrain him, to lock him down while he messed with the Geth for a while, you could have done that with a restraining chair that doesn't, like, totally restrain his body. And you didn't do that. And it shows. Like, how much you actually cared about your brother showed in the medieval torture device you put him in. How much you actually were thinking rationally showed in how you hooked him up to the Geth. It showed in what you were doing to him and how much you were thinking about him. Like, at the end of the day, that's the problem with Gavin Archer. Like, he wants to act like he cares about his brother. And I think on some level he definitely does. I just think he doesn't care enough. And it's very clear that respecting his brother as a person came secondary to achieving the elusive man's goal. And that is unacceptable. And the elusive man stated pretty much that even he found what was done to David to be completely unacceptable. But at the same time, he contradicts himself when he says, I don't condone the doctor's actions, but it did yield the breakthrough we were lacking. But it got me what I wanted, pretty much. Unfortunately, you stopped that research from happening. Well, I'll tell you the negative side effect and consequence right away of what happens if you let him keep his brother in that torture device. His brother will become so miserable and out of control that inevitably Gavin Archer will euthanize his brother. He will put him down like a sick dog. Instead of freeing him and sending him somewhere he'll be fine. Which is really fucked up. Number 2, he will make a secondary huge mistake because you'll see him again in Mass Effect 3. And when you do, after he has euthanized his brother, he explains everything about what he did to his brother and how he regrets it deeply and he hates himself. And then after you leave the room, he will immediately go and pull out a pistol and take himself out with it. So Archer did what he knew to be the wrong thing to his brother until his brother was basically forced to be euthanized as he saw fit. Which, that's just sick. I don't know what fucked up excuse for a brain you have to think that's what needed to happen. But that's what he did. And then he ends himself. He just pulls out a pistol after meeting Shepard again and takes himself out. Citadel journalists are now reporting live from the Terminus systems. 4,000 credits received. Oh, wow. I failed that one. Nations have acquired WMDs that tip the balance in their favor. Hey, more credits. Siphon off donation money for yourself. Oh my god. The Arbitrator. The garden world of Anhur went through a bloody political rebellion a few years ago, and a depressed economic climate has rekindled old grudges. Set up a neutral ground for peace talks to prevent the colony from slipping it back into civil war. Okay. Sometimes those connections can succeed that you mess with, sometimes they fail. When they succeed, you get money. When they fail, you get nothing. It's not the end of the world. But it's a nice little thing, I guess. Alright, so there's a few other Firewalker missions. There's Artifact Collection, Research Data Recovery, and a Geth Incursion. So I'm gonna go to the Geth Incursion first. Did I go to the wrong galaxy? Oh, I did.
Anomaly detected. Launching probe. Scans have found something. This is the last mission I'm gonna do on this stream.
Warning. Prolonged exposure to extreme temperatures may degrade engine performance. Mission objectives located. Atmospheric data.
This mission is very simple.
Engine temperature stabilizing.
Collect all 10 nodes before the engine temperature falls below a certain degree, and make sure that you do this fairly fast. You can make some mistakes.
Engine temperature falling.
God damn it! Game! Let me jump! Jesus! No, I'm not gonna let you jump. I'm just gonna keep fucking with you. Because the hover system in this game is very efficient. What even caused that? It just like bounced. See what I mean by finicky?
Extraction complete. Caution, engine temperature falling. Extraction complete. Caution, engine temperature falling.
Every one of these nodes you extract allows you to help normalize the temperature of the vehicle for a little bit.
Complete.
But only so much. Oh, it glitched. It glitched the engine temperature at cool.
Extraction complete.
Oh, that's not good. I think that's actually fucking with it worse.
Warning. Engine temperature below recommended parameters. Caution. Engine temperature falling.
Okay.
Warning. Engine temperature below recommended parameters.
I might still be able to do this. I've never had that bug occur before.
Caution. Engine temperature falling.
I didn't know it could occur.
Warning. Engine temperature below recommended parameters.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Extraction complete.
Done.
Yeah. This is another reason, though, why the Firewalker DLC is considered extremely weak content. That was supposed to be a Geth incursion, but I gathered a bit of palladium, and I gathered a lot of atmospheric data from that. I didn't fight any Geth. And you'll notice there's no real cutscenes, it's just
a new message at your private terminal.
stuff that's there. Good work recovering the hammerhead in one piece, Commander. It'll prove useful. Also, the data you recovered from the MSV Rosalie's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few planets that Dr. Case and Dr. Oloy investigated. Edie has added the locations to your galaxy map. We hope one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Dr. Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs or journals, it would greatly help our efforts. We still don't know how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case, so be careful. Commander, a very capable team is analyzing the data you gathered from the Geth's research into atmospheric change. We hope it may open up new avenues for terraforming procedures for future colonies. The tech used in the beacons also contains communication innovations that should help us develop better systems to reduce atmospheric noise. There's no evidence of Prothean activity on this planet. All the story that's tied up in the Firewalker DLC is in mission briefings and in messages sent to Shepard's private terminal after them. So nobody really likes this DLC because there's nothing to attach you to it. It's just a little bit more gameplay with the Hammerhead, and the Hammerhead isn't a very compelling vehicle. I've been Savage Hound Dusk. Thank you all very much for watching. Please check out my Discord and my YouTube channel if you want to help me go live. If you want to catch me live, help decide some of the games I might play with some suggestions, and be able to catch up on all my previous streams. Have a great day, everybody. I've been Savage Hound Dusk.